Are you tired of having your thumbnails look like this?
Brother, what's that?
Because today, I'm going to show you how to make a high quality, eye-catching thumbnail for Marvel Rivals that's actually going to get clicks. So let's jump right in. So here's the thing. Geez, that choke is never going to get old. So I like to start off my thumbnails with the model first. First thing that I like to do, get it? The first thing.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
The first thing that I like to do is I like to go to the camera raw filter. So select the image, go to filter, and then go to camera raw filter. And just to make it easier, if you click this button right here, you can see the before and after. So little tip right there. And there's really no like right or wrong settings. Obviously the model looks very washed out and dull. So we kind of want to just boost all the colors. So I'm going to up the contrast, up the highlights, decrease shadows, up the whites, decrease the blacks, up the temperature just a little bit, increase the vibrance, the saturation just a tiny bit. Got texture, clarity, dehaze, play around with it just to make it look good. Gonna up the orange just a little bit, up the noise reduction, and then the sharpening. And again, just kind of play around with it. So here's the before and here's the after. Gonna click OK. And that looks pretty good. So there you have it. That's the model. So next we're gonna do the kill feed. And again, this is a kill feed that I custom made. And drop a like down below if you guys want to see me do a full video on how to actually make this kill feed. Just let me know and I'll make it for you guys. And again, I'll link this down below so you guys can download it and use it and edit it as needed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all of the layers. I'm going to hit Control E to group it. Then I'm going to hit Control C to copy it. And then it is usable to drag anywhere we want it to be. Next up is going to be the text. So I'm going to select the text and I'm going to double click it. Then I'm going to do a bevel and emboss. I'm going to do a gradient overlay and then do a drop shadow. And I'm going to be blowing up the settings for these so you guys have an easier time looking at them. So here's the bevel and emboss settings, the gradient overlay settings. Here is the colors and the different locations for them. And then here is the drop shadow. So next is going to be the arrow. I'm going to double click it. I'm going to do a bevel and emboss and a drop shadow. So here are those bevel and emboss settings and the drop shadow settings. And that's it. Next is going to be the background. So it's pretty simple. All I'm going to do is I'm going to select the background. I'm going to go to filter. I'm going to go to blur, go to Gaussian blur. And then I'm going to do this at like a 5. Next, I'm going to create a solid color. And since the thing is orange, I'm going to make the background orange. And then I'm going to come right here. I'm going to go all the way down to color, and that's it. All right, so we're going to be putting everything together. So when you're creating a thumbnail for YouTube specifically, what I like to do is I go to File, New, and then the size is going to be 1600 by 900. I'm going to hit Create. And then this will be your actual thumbnail template. So let's bring everything together. So first I'm gonna do the model. I'm just going to drag and drop. I'm going to just place it right here for now. Get rid of this background here. Let's bring in the background. Make sure it fits. That's perfect. And we're going to drag it all the way to the bottom. Okay, perfect. Let's then bring in the kill feed. So again, I'm going to highlight everything, hit Control E to group it. Then I'm going to hit Control C, copy, and then paste it and resize it. Then I'm going to go back to the kill feed and hit Control Z, so now I can edit it again for a new thumbnail if I'd like. And I like to rename all my layers just to what they actually are, so it's a little bit easier to keep organized. So I'm going to double click on the kill feed, and the settings for the kill feed are going to be a bevel and emboss. Make it super subtle. I'm going to do a inner glow. Color will be black. Again, super subtle. And then what I like to do is I like just to kick up the vibrance, just to put it up all the way. So next we're gonna give the kill feed a different perspective. Instead of just having it be flat and behind, if you just have it behind, it's just kind of like, well, you know, you can't really see anything. It's just kind of there. So let's do that. I'm gonna hit Control T and then right click and hit perspective. And I'm just gonna drag it just a little bit right there, right there. And then I'm just gonna rotate it, put it behind the model, and just keep it right there. And again, we're gonna resize everything and make it look good, but right there is good for now. Next is gonna be the text. So let's drag that over here. Gonna resize it, just put it right there. Perfect. Then let's bring in the arrow. Again, just resize everything. And as just a final touch, I like to bring in some sparks and particles. So I'm gonna drag and drop those here. I'm just gonna resize it to cover everything. And then I'm gonna hit screen. We'll put that, let's see, let's put it behind the model. And then for these ones, going to just put it right there in front of the model. Perfect. Okay, so this is looking pretty good. So again, we're just gonna resize everything, and just to make it a little bit easier, I'm just gonna be resizing the kill feed itself. So I'm gonna Control T, resize this just a little bit just so it can show. Bring everything back in. To add some depth for the model, I'm actually gonna hide those, and I'm gonna make a new layer. I'm gonna put it behind the model, and then I'm going to actually hit the brush tool, turn down the opacity just a little bit, and I'm just gonna create just a little shadow around right here. Again, super subtle, just to give it some more depth. Awesome. All right. And as just a final touch, I'm going to click the very top layer, and then I'm going to hit Control Shift Alt E just to create a screenshot. And then I'm going to select that screenshot, go to Filter, go to Camera Raw Filter, and then just add some finishing touches here. So here's the before and here's the after. Again, it's super subtle. All right. And then the last thing is just to bring in the Marvel Rivals logo. We can place that, place that right there. And again, this is a super easy way to make a super nice thumbnail for Marvel Rivals. If you guys like this video, please drop a like and hit that subscribe button for more Photoshop content, and I'll see you in the next one.